Christina, you've been in the middle of this for a while. I was like floored by this.
I was floored as well. FISA comes up for renewal every 2 years, and every 2 years, conservatives are saying, kill it, kill it, kill it. In April of 2024, exactly 2 years ago today, President Trump put out on Truth Social, kill FISA. He explained that FISA is bad. MAGA was like, kill FISA. And then the first chance he gets in office, he's trying to renew it. So no, this is bad. I think any Republican that tries to renew this needs to either be primaried or just flat out vote Democrat. This is anti-American. This is terrible for our country.
Jay, what do you think?
Well, I would disagree modestly, and I make a habit of not doing that with you and Christina. But here's what I'll tell you, is that there have been great successes with the FISA 702. First of all, it's important for folks to know that you get up on a FISA warrant, there's a bad guy overseas that wants to be a terrorist in America, or he's a criminal or whatever, he's a spy. He's calling somebody in the United States. We collect his call, but it happens to be with a United States person in the United States. And so we're really collecting both.
But Jay,
right?
hold on a sec, Jay.
But
Jay, sorry to cut you off, and I'll let you finish here. The problem is, it was misused, and nobody went to jail for misusing it. That's why I want it gone.
I hear you, and I don't disagree with that. And I was going to get to the failures. The failures were 702. Admittedly, the FBI, they didn't have the U.S. persons query. They get this big batch of U.S. persons that in their communications. They were just querying those U.S. persons and then starting investigations. Michael Flynn, you mentioned, based on those communications, even though they weren't the target of the FISA warrant itself. But there have been great successes. We've foreign kidnapping and ransom plots, terrorism plots, hacking and ransomware plots, espionage plots. They've all been foiled because of FISA 702. So there's a very delicate balance of the use of 702, and the FBI has made several changes to 702, so what happened in 2021 can't happen
Christina,
again.
you look like you're about to light a stick of dynamite.
My head's ready to explode, and I fully respect my colleague's opinion, and that's great. I'm sitting here as a criminal defendant. I can tell you, I don't care what some hacker in Russia is doing, because it's not a direct threat to me personally. The threat is coming from inside the house. They are tapping our phones. They are tapping our conversations. They're doing it to Republican members of Congress. Some Russian who's trying to do something with the military may be okay, but the bigger threat to my personal security is our own government. It's our own Department of Justice. It's my own judges. That is the bigger threat, and that's what needs to be shut down. And when those people are in control, okay, fine, let's talk about the people overseas. Until they are checked, I'm not authorizing it for overseas, because you're using it on me.
Yeah, 100% accountability, Jay, and then I'll say, okay, let's come back to the drawing board. But we don't have that. And how do we know it's not going to be worse again? Like, look, I respect President Trump deeply. However, he's wrong here.
Yep.
Well, I think what Trump is saying is that the reauthorization will occur again during his presidency. So I think he trusts the people in place in his administration to not abuse 702 like it has been abused in the past. And the changes made at the FBI are working. 93, just some quick facts. The U.S. persons queries are down 93%, but compliance is up double digits to 98%. So
it should be
have gotten
100%
better.
perfect all the time.
And then what about the next administration and the administration after that? Shut it down. It needs to be shut down.
Yeah, I think it was bad from the beginning. Look, Jay, we love you, dude. But
sorry, Jay.
You set me up tonight, Carl. You and Christina. This is
I'm sorry, Jay. I love you. I totally love you. I think you're amazing, and you're so smart. I'm just passionate about this. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
And I understand that passion, and that's important for people to understand. That people like Christina and Michael Flynn and others, this has been abused. I understand the passion. I do. I just have seen in my role as a former U.S. attorney, I've seen the successes, and that's why I have to sort of balance the two. But I totally understand where Christina's coming from, and you, of course, Carl. I don't want to get on the bad side.
Yeah, I know. I will say, though, I will say that I am okay. I think one abuse of an American's rights is not worth catching some, Spetsnaz guy in Russia, looking at. I just don't care. It makes me want to weld a bunch of steel plates on a D11 and drive it through the building. But hey. That's been done before. Christina, Jay, we appreciate it.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.